Okay, one more thing I've got to do before the assault phase begins is I've got to shoot with these assault marines into these stormtroopers. Now, there's certain weapons that will prevent you from being able to assault. If you fire a heavy weapon, then you can't assault the same turn. Similarly, if you fire a rapid fire weapon, then you can't assault that turn. Now, assault marines are meant for getting into combat, so they have pistols. Pistols you can shoot and still go into combat at the same turn, and same with assault weapons. So, first off, this is a flamer template. It's about 8 inches long. This is what the flamer fires that this guy here is using. There's two other templates. There's the large blast, which is about 5 inches across, just a little less than 5. It's just a tiny bit bigger than a normal CD if you don't have one. And this is a small blast template. It's about 3 inches across. It's about the same size as a mini CD or mini DVD. Now, right here, what you do with the flamer is you put it from your guy's base, and you touch as many of the opponent as you can without hitting any of your own guys. And basically what it does, it's anybody touched by it is hit. And the most I'm going to get here is 3, and the Sentinel. Now, the Sentinel, I'm facing its front armor. Its front armor is 12. The strength of this flamer is only 4. So I'm not going to be able to hurt the Sentinel, but I do get to roll against these 3 stormtroopers here. So, the cool thing with the flamer is you don't have to roll to hit, because, let's just face it, you're spraying out a huge bath of Promethium on them. So, you only have to roll the wound. And also, flamers ignore cover saves. So if the flamer, which is armor piercing 5, beat my armor, then I wouldn't get any save at all. These are stormtroopers, so they have armor 4+, fortunately, so I will still get my armor save. So it's strength 4 against my toughness of 3. If you look in the table, I'll need a 3+. So I got a 5 and 2 6s, so I wounded with all 3 of them. Now, this is the stormtroopers' armor save. I need a 4+ to save them. I only made 1 of the 3, so I lose 2 stormtroopers from the flamer. Okay, so I'm down to 3 guys up there. Now, these 3 remaining assault marines have pistols, so they can each fire 1 pistol shot, and they have ballistic skill 4, so they need a 3+. I failed 2 of them, so I just got 1 here, and it's strength 4. It's a bolter. It's basically a bolter. It's a bolt pistol, so I needed a 3+ to wound, but I got a 1, so nothing else there. Now, because I lost at least 25% of the guys in that squad, I lost over 25%, I need to take what's called a morale check. Now, if you check on their stats, their leadership is 8. So I need to roll with 2 dice. So the player controlling these Imperial Guard here, they'll roll a leadership test since I'm done with the shooting. So since everything is shot and I'm getting ready to move on to the assault phase, this is when they take a morale check. So I need to roll equal to or under my leadership. And I didn't. I rolled an 11. The highest leadership you can even have is a 10, so an 11 is definitely a fail. Now what you do is you roll 2d6, and that's how far you fall back. Now, unfortunately for me, or for the Imperial Guard rather, they only fell back 2 inches, which means the assault marines are most likely still going to be in range to assault them. If I fell back further, then the assault marines might just be left out there in the open. So I'm going to go ahead and move them back 2 inches, and then we'll go on to the assault phase. Okay, so they've moved back their 2 inches, the rest are back behind here. Now, in a normal assault, you just make an assault move, which is 6 inches directly towards the enemy. In this particular case, these assault marines are in difficult terrain. So when they go to make their assault move, they have to roll 2d6 and choose the highest. If their highest number gets them enough inches to get into base-to-base contact, then you go ahead with the assault. If you don't have enough range to reach the combat, then you move the distance, but you're not in close combat. So they roll a 4 and a 3. So as long as one of them is within 4 inches of one of my guys, which they are, And the assault continues. As you see right here, 4 inches will put me in base-to-base contact with him. So I'll go ahead and move this guy the 4 inches right up into contact. Now, what happens here is that you have to try to get into contact with as many models as possible, but the only one they can reach is this guy here. So they all just kind of move forward 4 inches. And then my guys have to what's called pile in. They move 6 inches to try to get into combat. So they all have to move to try to get in base-to-base contact. So at this point, these guys are all basically in contact here. This is the only one not in base-to-base contact. Base-to-base contact just means that their bases are touching each other. They're right next to each other. At this point, what you do is you first go by initiative. Initiative of a stormtrooper is 3, and initiative of an assault marine is 4. So the assault marines would normally go first. Okay, sorry for switching sides constantly. So what happened here is the assault marines went ahead and assaulted the stormtroopers. The stormtroopers had to pile in, and now you determine the initiative. Typically, these assault marines have initiative 4, and the stormtroopers have initiative 3. So the assault marines would be going first. But since the assault marines assaulted a unit that was in cover, the unit that was in cover would go first. But assault marines, being space marines, have frag grenades. What frag grenades do is basically while they're running at these guys that are hiding behind some cover, they throw these grenades at them so all the guys jump out of the way and basically just try not to get killed by the grenades while the guys run in. Frag grenades make it so that you go at initiative order still. So they don't have to go last for charging someone that was in cover. So the assault marines will still go first. So what you do here is first you determine the number of attacks. Assault marines have a pistol and a close combat weapon. And a pistol counts as a close combat weapon. So what that means is when any model has 2 close combat weapons, they gain +1 attack. So they're in their profile, they have 1 attack apiece. They have 2 close combat weapons, so that's 2 attacks apiece. And then you also get +1 attack when you initiate a charge. So when you assault a unit, all of your guys get +1 attack. So the standard assault marine right now is getting 3 attacks. I have 2 normal assault marines in here, and I've got a sergeant, and I've got a guy with a flamer. Now the guy with the flamer only gets 2 attacks because he doesn't have 2 close combat weapons. He just has a close combat weapon and a flamer, which is a 2-handed weapon. So I'm going to roll all of these dice here, and let's take a look at the table and see what I need.